Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chu, a physical therapist. Hey, if you can hear me, type in, you can hear me. But before we keep on going, we have a topic today. A topic is called How to Be an Accessible Travel Agent with Sarah and Karen. We'll be back in a few seconds, okay?
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Well, hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chu, a physical therapist. Hey, I am not sure if I'm live or not, but if you are seeing me live, type in live. You're seeing me in the replay, type in on replay. I'm actually looking at my cell phone. I guess I'm live right now. There you go. Well, we got a special guest. Normally, I shout and be dynamic and everything. We're still running the clinic. I know I'm in a private room, but we got a patient still outside, and then they might be weirded out. What is he shouting at? So yeah, but I'll try my best to be dynamic. All right. So our special guest for today. Well, before I keep on going, in our group, in Alternative Healthcare Career Group, we have people asking. I'm running out of English, Karen and Sarah. I'm running way past my English time. People are asking, how can I be a travel agent? How can I do this? A side hustle and everything. To be honest, this clinic that we have 8 locations now. This is just really my side hustle before. Now it became a full time. You can also start, being a travel agent part time or your side hustle, then you turn it into a full-time hustle. And there are hundreds, probably thousands of people who are actually doing it, not just here in the States, but even back home. I know several people back home in the Philippines who are rocking, doing this travel agent thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Dr. Karen DeWy, the travel doc, and of course, her mentor, Sarah Moner. Sarah, all right. Could you, Sarah? Before I ask Sarah, Karen, where are you at right now? The part of the world, right?
I have been living in Germany for exactly 1 year and 1 day.
Wow,
I
one
moved
year and
here.
1 day,
Yeah,
360.
yeah. So it's getting it's 11:15 at night when we're recording this. So,
Wow,
um,
wow.
yeah. But actually this is a great win for me. It's been a reflection of the last year because I was able with my travel job, my travel gig, which became you know, a solid second source of income for me very quickly, I was able to actually pivot to a job in a country. I work with military families, kids and mostly kids, but some adults as well. And so I was able to take a job that's 10 less hours a week. So I work 30 hours a week. I make my own schedule to a certain degree, and it's a lot less money, but when you have a second source of income, you can do what you're passionate about versus and live where you want to live versus having to take that job and maybe like a skilled nursing or something like that pays more, but also comes with all those headaches. So it's been a really great
Oh,
move.
we have a lot of therapists in that group, the alternative care group, and just tired and fed up with the productivity and everything. And it's nice to complain, but if you keep on complaining, you remain in that state. But if you find a way, finding a way, it's okay, it's fine. People complain. I complain all the time. But if you keep on complaining, you remain. But if you start to praise your way up, finding your way up, you will find the alternative career. And one of the many alternative careers that you can do is to become an accessible travel agent. And my business, the entry point to start an outpatient business is the is pretty high. You got to get stuff, rent, employees, taxes, everything, equipments. With being an accessible travel agent, the barrier to entry is so low that it's actually a no-brainer. And this is where Miss Sarah comes in. Sarah, could you please again who you are, what you do, and what is really an accessible travel agent or a coach like you?
Absolutely. So, my name is Sarah Molnar. I actually live in Las Vegas with my family. I got into travel because, quite literally, I was self employed, fell down the stairs my home, broke my leg in 3 places, and couldn't go to work anymore. So, what do you do when you can't physically go to your job? You have to figure out how to make money online. And I'm so actually thankful that that happened to me because of that, I've been able to pivot. And I took all my skills that I had in the past from different types of business management, and I used them to go into business online in the travel industry. I retired my husband when he was 37. We are now both fully self-employed / retired, whatever you want to call it. We work when we want, as much as we want. And I help and teach others how to do the same using the system that I've built over the course of 3 years. It's called the 4-week Fast Track Freedom Formula. And really, for me, what this is about is giving you a roadmap, is showing you that, number one, you can become a travel agent from home. It's flexible. It's on your own schedule. There's no requirements of how much you work or how much you do. You can work this around your life. And I met Karen now almost 3 years ago. And she came to me and she really wanted to combine her love of what she does as a doctor of occupational therapy with travel. She already traveled the world. And we really realized together that those skills could be combined. And she could help people who weren't able to travel before travel because of the knowledge she had. And we went, wait a minute, how many other thousands of people, whether they're a therapist, a nurse, a doctor, anyone in healthcare, could do the same thing? So we now give people the roadmap of how to become a travel agent on your own schedule from home. And then you can combine that with the knowledge you already have being a therapist, being in healthcare in some form, and use those skills to give people the ability to travel who weren't able to travel before. So Karen and I have partnered together now and been able to really help thousands of people be able to now make this their side hustle. And for some, it's already become their full-time job. They've actually left their healthcare positions and now do only this.
Amazing, amazing. You were just talking about what you call this, the here in my clinic. I have patients who have difficulty just getting up and stepping up the curb. And some they have caregivers. Imagine if us actual therapists, PT, OTs, whoever, therapist, healthcare worker, who can actually create an actual program, a one-stop shop for all these patients, whether it's a senior or a Parkinson's program or an autism program or autism group, and you can help serve that community. Oh gosh, sky's the limit. Imagine just reaching out to one association, just one a local association, like an autism trip, right? Or a dementia trip, Alzheimer's trip. I'm seeing people who are doing this already in cruises. Who is that lady that you were gonna you mentioned, Karen? Going, I forgot her name already. Going out on a trip with the rest of their clients. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people moving into that space, and so that's what I mean. That's basically what happened. Is I started having after I started my travel business. I mean, my original goal was to get out of healthcare. It was COVID. I was done. So I actually, when I found Sarah talking about this travel business, which also includes the optional ability to help other people start their business, I was like, this is perfect, because then you get to combine, booking travel with people with that potential for residual income. And I had been selling other products and health services and stuff like that for years, using that kind of structure of, building a team and all that kind of stuff. And it became like one conversation started. I had a conversation with someone I'd known since I was 6 years old. She's a pediatric physical therapist, and she's a mom of a kiddo with autism. And so January Johnston became one of my first people. We just got together. We had lunch in, I was still living in my hometown of Grand Junction, Colorado at the time. And we had like one conversation. And she wanted to help her kid go to Disneyland. And so I was like, well, I don't really know all that much about Disneyland, to be honest, but like, you know what you should do? You should join, and then you can become a travel agent. You can make money. You can go on the trips. She also has stage 4 breast cancer. She's been fighting it for like over 3 years now. And so her goal is to make as many lasting imprint. Travel is the name of her travel business. I almost can get through this without getting choked up, but she has now gone on all these wonderful vacations with her now, I think he's 6 or 7 years old son, and she has 4 other kids. And then it just became another conversation with a special ed teacher, a therapist, a CODA, a PT, and we just started snowballing. So then we realized we needed to do something official. So a little over a year ago, I actually founded a company that educates, and now we just launched certification as a certified accessible travel planner. And so we have a course that people can buy after they get their business started. And they go through Sarah's course. They can actually buy my course, and then they can step right into another roadmap that helps them. So she's in the first month, she's going to help people. She is helping people get started, up and running, at least make back the money they spent just getting started in the business, which, as you know, is, like you said, almost nothing. And then from there, then in the second month, then they can go on to actually specialize. Once they have a set up agency, they can go on to specialize in and certify into accessible travel planning. So we've had close to 400 people buy the course in the last year. We did the pre-launch, and as we did the launch in Vegas, which kind of turned into a soft launch. And so I just realized my battery's about to die on my computer. It's been having problems. So if I go away, I'm sorry. I'll come back on my phone. But yeah, so, and now we just relaunched recently. And so it's really been an amazing thing. So yeah, sorry about that.
Or go ahead and plug in your battery, your laptop, or whatever. On that same note, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you're thinking, well, why am I going to do this when they can do it too on their end online? Well, guess what? They cannot reach out to your local area. They can probably reach out to online and email, but it's the relationship that you're building. Just like a doctor, you can do a telehealth, online, like telehealth for physical therapy. But would you go to a telehealth doctor or a PCP or a physical therapy if you really want to go in and get an actual one-on-one interaction with your therapist or a PCP or a doctor? You'll go local. Same thing with me. I do telehealth all the time. I call my doctor the telehealth, but I still go to a local PCP here to help me with my medication and everything. And same thing when you start this accessible travel plan or a program that Karen and Sarah has developed. You might think, oh, why would I join when they already dominated the whole field? No, nobody has dominated your own town. Nobody. You go to your local town and search for specific groups, like a Parkinson's group, a dementia group, or whatever group, and then check them out. Who is taking care of you on your out of town trips? And then you will figure out nobody's serving them. Only you as a therapist could serve that. Not only you, but you know what I mean? It's only you who can add those extra service that they need. All right, Sarah, can you tell more about what you guys do?
Absolutely. So, we've mentioned that the point of entry is very low in this. And I will just tell you guys, this is under $200 to start, just to give you at least a ballpark idea. When we say very low, we're talking under $200 to actually be able to work with a company that's been around for over 30 years. We're going to show you all the basics of how to become a travel agent, right? Because you still need to know how it works. And like Mike said, people think, well, people just book their trips online now, right? Isn't that what Expedia or Travelocity is for? Well, is Expedia or Travelocity going to plan a 50-person destination wedding with children with special needs? No, They don't plan it for you. You as an individual still would have to have all the knowledge to do that. And that's where we come in, right? It's a service provider. It's just like people who get their taxes done or have someone clean their house or have someone do their yard, right? You're paying somebody for expertise. But here's the beauty of this. Our clients don't even have to pay us because we get paid directly by the vendors we book with. That's where the commission comes in. The money's already built in. When you book a hotel room online, there is commission built into that. So whether you book it on Expedia, then Expedia gets the money. If you book it directly with the company, they get to keep the money. But if you become a travel agent, you get to put that money in your pocket. You're there to really help people. You really are a service provider, which is what everybody's familiar with, right? With you're in healthcare, you're already a service provider. So you're simply taking those clients you already help and serving them in a different way. And the nice thing is you can do it on the convenience of your own schedule, at home, in your jammies, on a Tuesday morning, right? You have complete autonomy with this. There's no requirements. This isn't something where you have to book a certain amount of trips or work a certain amount of hours. We're really here to give you the roadmap on how you become a travel agent. It's simple. It's online. All the training's online. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go take courses in person. You take them all when it's convenient for you. And once you learn the basics, you then can decide how you want to run that business. You know, we have therapists who are doing webinars all the time, teaching to different groups, like Mike talked about, of going local in their communities, and they're teaching on webinars. We have people going in person to places and actually teaching a seminar, you know, going to a place where it is filled with people who are in their 70s and 80s and they have mobility issues. Going there and saying, who wants to plan a day trip, and helping organize that. You can do that with this. You get to choose.
That's good. That was my original goal anyway,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I told you this, Sarah and Karen. I had an actual patient organizing trips for seniors. He was in a wheelchair. He was renting his own bus, in a wheelchair accessible bus, because he was in a wheelchair. And I'm like, and then I'm going to be, how do you say this? Blunt. He was making a ton of money doing it.
Mhm.
And I said, it was a home health patient. I was working for home health. And I said, where are you going again? Well, I'm going to Las Vegas, Dr. Mike. I'm like, well, you're no longer homebound. Well, I got to discharge you, So when you come back, you need to go to an outpatient clinic. I can't see you, So, but he was always out of town. And when he comes home, he needs to have therapy, right? But he was always out of town. I'm like, and then his next level was like he was actually going to buy his own bus himself, actual, a travel bus, because he said, I think I'm going to make more money buying my own bus just versus renting. He told me. So I'm like, okay, sir. So he was in a wheelchair, and sometimes you just have to go out there, get out of your comfort zone, and
Yeah.
then being creative with what you need to do in serving this population that really needs help, because
Yep.
people like especially church activities, they need help. The people who
Yeah.
organize it are seniors too, and they don't know. They don't even know how to fold the wheelchair. They don't know how to fold the walker. They don't know the most accessible route to go from this bus stop to the next bus stop. And this is where you come in as an accessible travel agent. So, all right. Where can they reach you, Karen and Sarah? Is there like a website that they can check you out? Is there an actual event that's going to happen anytime soon?
Yeah. So we've got a couple things. I actually put that in the private chat for you so that you can post. I mean, the best way to get a hold of me at this point is just to send me a message on Facebook, which is just Karen C. Dwyer OT. Pretty much the only one. And you can send me a message, just say AHC Travel, and I will get you the information. And yeah, we actually have a ton of stuff coming up in the next 10 or 12 days. We are actually starting, since Sarah's course is up and running and my course is up and running, we're actually doing a cohort style. This was actually Kara Welke's idea. We're doing a cohort style, going through the course together starting February 1st. So we're getting everybody signed up kind of in this last third of the month so that they can get signed up. They can, I should say enrolled. It's not something you sign up for. You start a business and you have to go through the startup process to get your little remote agency going. And so we can get you the information on the details. And then we're going to be starting this cohort on February 1st. I'm also teaching a master class on this Sunday, January 26th, which will be all the different ways you can make money as an accessible travel planner. So in addition to booking for commissions or charging a fee, there is, of course, accessible travel planning. Like you mentioned this before, but saturation is a myth in any industry right now, because there's like 9 billion people on the planet, and people with disabilities take on average 32 million vacations a year. And so we're not even a drop in the bucket, because we're one of the only places that people can go to get actual real credible training and resources for to help people with differing abilities and special needs book trips. And I mean, we could have 1,000 travel professionals for autism friendly travel and still not fill that need, because there's millions of people looking to be able to successfully and more effortlessly travel with their kiddo to go, anywhere, any kind of thing, whether it's a road trip or on a plane or anything like that. So that'll also be, we're going to just explore all the ways, because like caregiver training is another thing that I think we do pretty well. And so we're going to actually be making a travel companion course that you can either become a travel companion yourself, or you can train people on how to become start a travel companion business, basically, because that's actually like your friend in the wheelchair. It's really big money to just go along with people and help them navigate through their specific needs with travel. So that'll be coming up on, I think Sunday is the 26th. I got to get that together. And so there's a lot of stuff coming up, and it's probably the best time to be looking at the becoming an accessible travel planner. I mean, we have helped over, I think 1,100 people, Sarah, start their business in the last 2.5 years. We have been busy little travel planner people, travel coaches.
1,300, over 1,300 at this point.
Yeah, over 1,300, and we have, I would say roughly half of those are probably therapists or special ed teachers, educators, therapists, healthcare workers of some sort. So it's really like it's all hands on deck, because I have a goal, and Sarah and I just work collectively. She's so like the business brain logic, and I'm an OT, and you guys all know what that means. So so we've seen from the beginning how we can partner and help people get the skills, plus combine their skills with what they already know with travel. And so it's all set up and done. Well, you had a bunch of people jump on when it was pre-launch, ground floor, but now for less than $300, you can start a travel business, and you can specialize and certify in accessible travel planning when you get under one of my deeply discounted courses and specials, which we are running right now. So right now you can get my accessible travel planning course for just $37 when you start your business through the end of the month. And then certification is only $50 for people who are part of, and it's exclusive to us right now. Right now, only people in our organization that are trained and mentored by myself and Sarah have access to this. And there's going to be special perks coming up with that, which you can learn about in my masterclass this weekend.
Absolutely. Perfect. Again, thank you very much, ladies, for doing this with us. I know you ladies are very busy. Karen, you are in Germany. Sarah, you're in Las Vegas. I know you're a busy lady. I'm busy too. But any last parting wisdom for our people? Well, shout out to the people who are watching. Thank you for ocean to ocean travel. Appreciate that. Any last parting wisdom for us here, Karen and Sarah?
So I would say the other thing that is really cool about us and how our kind of system combines, I once a year in the beginning of May, first weekend, do a live event in Las Vegas that people from all over the world come to. I can tell you, Mike spoke at the last one. Mike's scheduled to speak at this one. Karen will be there as well. People fly in from all over the world, and we spend several days with you in person, just training, teaching, having fun too, because it is Vegas. Okay, we're going to have some fun. It's not all work, but we bring in trainers. Every single person who I bring in training at this live event in May makes 6 figures a year or more. I bring in only people who are extremely successful because you need to learn from the best. So my job really is to teach you travel basics and marketing basics. I am very heavy into attraction marketing and teaching you how to use social media and leverage skills online for free to make a successful business. So you'll learn the basics through me, and then you'll get to specialize and take it to the next level and focus on accessible travel with Karen. It really is a tag team partnership of step 1 and then step 2. So I look forward to anybody who's interested also coming to Las Vegas.
How about you, Karen?
Yeah. I don't know why I forgot that in the upcoming events suggestion. But yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no reason not to start. Everything, like Mike said, everything starts out as a side hustle. People, I hear a lot of excuses like time or money or whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, but we take that all out of the equation because it's not that much to get started. It's not that much time. We've streamlined it to the point where we have like you're doing a little bit every day. Like Sarah literally drips the course in every day, and then we're going to be going through as a cohort coming up too through the Accessible Travel Planners course. And so it's just little by little. Like if you look over your last year of what happened, like I moved here a year ago. I can look at my pathway and how much I had to learn and get set up, and I had to buy a car and rent a place. Like if you look at it from the day to day, people, you won't get overwhelmed if you just take one step at a time. Learn, do, and that's very much how Sarah and I have set up our courses and our getting started process. So this is a perfect time to be jumping on. I think people are still in the New Year glow. Today is supposedly Blue Monday, but it's like the most depressing day of the year. But I've been excited about every day in 2025 so far because there's so much energy around just making changes in your own life, which can also impact the lives of others. And I have a goal of helping 1 million people travel that wouldn't have otherwise because we exist as accessible travel planners. So I need all hands on deck. I figure I need at least 10,000 people to go through my program. And we're just at the beginning. So it's the perfect time.
It's so
and
good,
Vegas
so
was fun.
good. There you
Vegas was
go.
fun, Mike.
I know, right? Well, again, thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much, Karen. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast, FAST, letter F, fast. You got to take action fast in anything that you do. Sometimes, yes, you analyze, but sometimes you got to take action fast. Letter F, find people that will bring out the best in you because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Today, I hang out with Sarah and Karen. I feel like, hey, want to be a travel agent, right? So, next letter is letter A. You got to learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not going to do even Sarah or Karen good if you don't take action. Take action, reach out to them, go to their website, uh, send her a message. It doesn't have to be a long message. Just connect with them. Connect with them. Next letter is letter S and shoot for the moon. Why? If you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to miss it. But if you keep shooting for the moon, you're gonna miss it, but eventually you'll be landing with the stars. I mean, when you start a business, they say, right, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 fail. Well, guess what? There's 2 or 1 that succeed. Would you focus on that 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10? No, focus on the 2 that succeeds, and you keep on going. I always tell this to my kids, fall 7 times, stand up 8. You're going to get a lot of rejection. People will even make fun of you. Oh, you're a therapist starting a business. Just stick with being a therapist. No. What if it becomes successful? What if you get that one big deal of closing in a travel contract or with an association of, let's just say, a big Alzheimer's association locally or a Parkinson's group or whatever, and then you get your name out there, and then boom, and the rest is history, right? And last but not the least is letter T's, teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, and that's what Karen and Sarah's doing. They're teaching you. They're teaching us how to be an accessible travel agent. Again, thank you very much, Karen. Thank you very much, Sarah. Appreciate you, and be awesome, be great, be excellent, and hope to see you on their next webinar with the amazing Karen and Sarah duo. Bye.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.